Philip K. Dick is one of the most prolific and influential science fiction writers of all time, and it would be almost impossible to imagine the state of science fiction today without his voice. Seriously, it would be very hard. The Man in the High Castle, Blade Runner, Minority Report, A Scanner Darkly, all are Dick's works. Though he passed away in 1982, his vision and concepts have stayed with the genre as readers and artists both old and new discover his work. Here's his story in 2 minutes. Philip Kindred Dick was born on December 16, 1928 in Chicago, Illinois. He was born prematurely with a twin sister Jane, but she died 6 weeks later. As a result, the notion of the phantom twin reoccurs heavily in his work. He began writing and publishing sci-fi stories in 1951 in places like Galaxy, Science Fiction Quarterly, and Satellite. He had little success and on 2 occasions used the pen names of Richard Phillips and Jack Dowland. The first was a way to have a magazine print 2 of his stories at once, and the second was for the short story Orpheus with Clay Feet that involved a writer named Jack Dowland writing under the pen name of Philip K. Dick. He would become much more well-known in 1962 with the publishing of his novel, The Man in the High Castle. The book reimagines a future where the Axis powers won World War II, won the Hugo Award for the best novel, and was turned into an ongoing series on Amazon later. His next novel was Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which came out in 1968. That tale of replicants and paranoia was famously adapted into Ridley Scott's classic film Blade Runner, which got its own follow-up with 2017's Blade Runner 2049. Many more of his novels would be adapted over the years, providing the basis of the films A Scanner Darkly, The Adjustment Bureau, Minority Report, and both versions of Total Recall. Other notable works included Multi-Layered Reality of the Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch in 1965 and Suspended Death Tale Ubik in 1969, and the John W. Campbell Award for Flow My Tears, the Policeman Said in 1974. He wrote A Scanner Darkly in 1977, which was based on a period of high instability that the author experienced in 1972, which culminated in a suicide attempt. During all this time, he continued to write short stories. In addition to 44 novels, he wrote more than 121 short stories in his lifetime. Dominant themes and devices in his work include, but are not limited to, identity, simulations, alternate histories, technology, media, politics, drugs, madness, and unreliable narrators. Philip K. Dick died from a stroke in 1982 at the age of 53, and his ashes were buried next to his twin sister Jane. The tombstone that bore both of their names had been inscribed, and Jane died 52 years earlier. A year after his death, the Philip K. Dick Award was created, which annually recognizes the best in science fiction. His novels and collections of short stories are still bestsellers today, and his work is still being adapted, again most recently with the Amazon anthology Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. Did we do it? Is this all a simulation? Are you in a simulation? Because you might be. You might also be a replicant. I don't know. Nothing is certain, except that there is so very much more to Philip K. Dick than meets the eye. Whether or not that eye is real or fake, nobody knows. It might be in a fridge like the one Tom Cruise has in Minority Report. I don't know.